Hey everyone, I'm Joe and today I'm going to be doing a book review of the Indranan War Trilogy by K.B. Wages. The trilogy comprises of Behind the Throne, After the Crown and finally Beyond the Empire. These were released in 2016 and 2017, so they were all released fairly close together. This is a science fiction trilogy and it is classified as space opera. Now, as far as the plot is concerned, the main character is a woman called Hale Bristol. She's a gunrunner and she is also part of the royal line of a world called Indranan. Now, she ran away from home when she was in her teens and she's been a gunrunner now for over 20 years. She's actually in her mid-30s. Therefore, she's been a gunrunner for more than half her life, and that is her life now. But at the start of the first book, Behind the Throne, she is tracked down by members of her own world who want her to return to the world because there has been an accident, possible assassination, nobody's entirely sure, of her sister, her niece and several other members of her family who were the current members of the royal line, and indeed they would have taken over from her mother as the empress of the planet. And the society that they all inhabit on this world of Indrana is a matriarchy, not a patriarchy. So it is female led, and indeed the females in this book are in all the positions of power, like the top military and most of the top political positions are generally female. There are some male roles, like for instance the Prime Minister of the main city is indeed a male, but overall it's mainly female led, and this creates an interesting twist which I'll talk about later on. So she gets tracked down, and against her will really, she agrees that with some violence involved to go back to her home planet, and then she basically ends up having to give up the life of a gunrunner, or at least give it up as far as travelling on spaceships and actually directly doing it. She's still got the attitude though, and she has to now become the sort of princess type figure that people want her to be. At least that's the idea, but she doesn't, because the thing with Hale is that she's very much her own woman. She's very independent and she's got used to living her life the way she wants to live it. She doesn't want other people telling her what to do and how to live. That's not her anymore. Yeah, that might have been her when she was younger, possibly, although she was always fairly independent even then. There was always arguments, but nowadays she doesn't do that. You know, she'll do what she wants to do because that's what she's always done, really. You know, she spent more than half her life as a gunrunner, so she's got the expertise, and indeed she's got the capability to defend herself and defend others. You know, she's not the helpless princess figure that they seem to sort of want. They want this figure on a pedestal, and she's not. She's actually quite happy to get guns and shoot people that are trying to kill her. And indeed there are people that are trying to kill her throughout this trilogy, because of course positions of extreme power, which obviously this is, you know, this is the being a ruling members of a world encompassing power, is obviously extremely powerful and extremely alluring to people, and so various people want to be in this position and obviously don't want her to be in this position. So basically she has multiple assassination attempts throughout the first book alone, let alone what happens in the second and third book, which I'm not going to say. And she's not exactly passive in them. If somebody tries to assassinate her, then the least of your problems are going to be her bodyguards, which are extremely effective and are also male, which is interesting because normally somebody in her position would normally have female bodyguards, but she doesn't. She has male ones assigned to her because as a kind of insult, but actually she comes to appreciate that. And her bodyguards, and one in particular, Emery, with his other half, Zin, they are a brilliant pair of characters and bring a really interesting dynamic between the three of them, because they clash and spark off each other, but they also understand each other after a while and come to actually like each other, and their combination of characters and what they have to do for each other is interesting, especially as, remember, they are bodyguards, so they would and are indeed prepared to put their lives on the line and sacrifice themselves for her, but she doesn't like, but she understands, but she still doesn't like it, and it's an interesting dynamic, it really is. So as far as the locations are concerned, the book is set heavily, at least the first book, on Indranan. Second and third books expand outwards, let's say, that's what I'm going to say. And the worlds that they inhabit and explore are really, really interesting. And indeed, the way you are allowed to view these is not through telling you, you are shown them, which is obviously the way that often works really best. And indeed, in this trilogy, you are normally shown things rather than just told them. And overall, that really, really works well because the characters, personalities, worlds, plotline is shown to you. You're not just told, these are the events, these are the characters, this is what is going to happen. That doesn't happen. You are shown it, and it works really effectively. And overall, I thought this trilogy was really, really good in that way because it has the right way of looking at things, I thought. And the writing is also extremely impressive. As far as the characters are concerned, as you might have got the impression from what I've already previously said, they are extremely well done, and indeed the characters make up the bulk of the interest of the novels because the way they interact, especially with obviously Hale with a bodyguard and indeed many other characters, because people expect her to be something different and she's not, she was a gunrunner and still is a gunrunner in her own mind. So this is not a passive figure, this is somebody who will defend herself and defend others with absolutely no qualms. She'll pick up a gun and shoot somebody in the face, frankly, if they threaten to kill her, and she won't think twice about it. And this is interesting and creates sort of tensions and problems throughout the trilogy because she's more hands-on than virtually anybody else would like her to be. But they can't really stop her because, well, you just don't really stop her, somebody like her, because she just does the things that she wants to do. And indeed, she works well as a character because of this. One of the messages of the book, at least to my mind, is that we shouldn't just think about society as in terms of a patriarchy or indeed a matriarchy, because that's what this book does, it reverses it. We shouldn't have one or the other, we should have something in between. We should have a society where there is no discrimination based on sex, on religious belief, on skin colour, on anything else, basically. We should have a society based on just on your ability, not any other stupid stuff, which is something I believe in as well. And this book does a really good job of sort of portraying that. This is a society that is reversive of ours and it's still not exactly working. So it's not like just reversing things is going to make them better. It won't. We need something in the middle, we need something different. And I really like this idea and it's done extremely well in the trilogy. So overall, this trilogy has a really good blend of action, characters, world and plot that all blend and mix together to create a really interesting and fun trilogy. I read all three books extremely quickly and I didn't really put them down very much. I read, I think, all three books in about 2 parts each because I just couldn't really put them down. Frankly, but the only reason I put them down was to go to bed, which was unfortunate. And other than that though, this is a brilliant trilogy. I would highly recommend it. Got interesting characters and it's just everything about it is just really well written, frankly. I just really liked it. So with that said, that is it for this review. If you've read this trilogy or you would like to, then please leave a comment and we can have a discussion in regards to this. All my social media links can be found in the description box below, as they always are. And with that said, that is it for this video. So thank you for watching and I'll see you another day. Bye for now.